going to show you how to make this layered flower. It measures about 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches, and I'm using a G hook. If you want it larger or smaller, just adjust your hook size. I'm using Red Heart cream yarn, and I'm going to do a color change on the flower. And to start, make a slip knot onto your hook. All instructions are listed down below. Leave about a 6-inch tail. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Connect at this beginning chain with a slip stitch. Okay, now you created a ring and all of your stitches will go in the center. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double crochet into the ring. And now you will work a chain 2, 1, 2, and a double crochet, and you'll repeat that 7 times. So this is 2, 1, 2, double crochet into the ring. Now we're on our third chain 2, 1, 2, double crochet. Now we're on our fourth. One, 2, double crochet into the ring. Now we're on our fifth. Chain 2, 1, 2, double crochet. Now we're on our sixth. Chain 2, 1, 2, double crochet. Now we're on our seventh. 1, 2, double crochet. Well, actually, let me see where I'm at. Yep. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is going to be your 7th one. So you're going to stop here because you need 8. And you're going to slip stitch in that beginning chain 3 to join. So 1, 2, and then 3, work a slip stitch. And so you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you're going to slip stitch in this chain 2 space. And you're going to work 4 double crochet in this chain 2 space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then slip stitch into that chain 2 space. So slip stitch. This is your first petal. Slip stitch into the next. You're going to repeat that same pattern around. Work 4 double crochet in this chain 2 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch into this chain 2 space, slip stitch into the next chain 2 space, work 4 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch into that chain 2 space, slip stitch into this chain 2 space, work 4 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch in that chain 2 space, slip stitch into this chain 2 space, work 4 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch in this chain 2 space, slip stitch into this chain 2 space, work 4 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch into this chain 2 space, slip stitch into this chain 2 space, work 4 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch into this chain 2 space, slip stitch into this chain 2 space, work 4 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch into this chain 2 space, okay, this is where you can do a color change now. So I'm going to fasten off on this white. Well, actually you can, oh good grief, okay. Take your next color, if you want to do a color change, and leave about a 6-inch tail or longer. And slip stitch on your contrasting color onto that last loop from your last color. And for the second flower, you have this back post right here. And so you're going to go on this back post here. So you have this back post, and you're going to slip stitch onto it with your contrasting color. And you'll weave in your yarn at the end. Also, I don't know, there might be a, I think if I took this and I fastened off first, it might be easier to do it. Okay. No, that's not going to work. Just go ahead and keep it up. I'm going to attach your pink yarn or contrasting color if you choose to. If not, you can just keep the same color. Depends on what you want to do. And you're going to slip stitch on just like before. I just was trying to see if it would be different on how to do it differently, but this will work. Okay, all these other loose yarn pieces that you're not going to use, I'll show you how to weave them in at the end. So you have this post here, and in the back you're going to flip over your flower like this. So you're going to place your hook in here and you're going to slip stitch around that back post with a slip stitch. So now you have a slip stitch on that back if you've never done this before. And what you're going to do is you're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there's this post here, and you're going to flip it over, wrap your hook behind it, grab your yarn, and you're going to slip stitch. So now it looks like this. You have this, which your petal will go around the next round. So now you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next post here, you're going to go behind and you're going to grab your yarn and you're going to work a slip stitch. And then you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're just going to repeat that around. So go to the next back post here and slip stitch. And chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And go to the next post, wrap your yarn, your hook around, take your yarn, pull it through, and work a slip stitch. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to the next post, put your hook through, pull your yarn through, slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put your hook through the next post, pull your yarn through and slip stitch. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to the next post, pull your yarn, your hook through, slip stitch, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're back where you started, so you're going to take your hook, and in that first slip stitch here, you're going to work another slip stitch to join. Okay. So this is what it looks like in the back. You have all of these chain 4s and your petals will go around those in the back. This is just Red Heart pink yarn too. I'm sure you can use any type of yarn. Okay, so now you're going to slip stitch into this chain 4. So slip stitch into it. Then you're going to work 5 double crochet around this chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to slip stitch it back into this chain 4 space, and this is your first petal behind your other petal, and you're just going to repeat that around, and any of these loose ends will weave in at the end. Okay, so your next chain 4 space, slip stitch into it, work 5 double crochet into this space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slip stitch into that space, that same chain 4 space. Go into the next chain 4 space, slip stitch, and work 5 double crochet again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, slip stitch into that chain space, slip stitch into this next chain 4 space, work 5 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, slip stitch into that chain 4 space, the same chain 4 space, slip stitch into the next, work 5 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, slip stitch into that chain 4 space, slip stitch into the next chain 4 space, work 5 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, slip stitch into that chain 4 space, slip stitch into the next chain 4 space, work 5 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, slip stitch, slip it stitch into the next chain 4 space, work 5 double crochet, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, slip stitch into that chain 4, and you can slip stitch right at the beginning here, and then we can do another color change. This is what it looks like so far. You've got your back second row of petals. Now you can go back and do a contrasting color, or you can leave it the same. I'm going to show you how to do another contrasting color using white again, or cream. Slip stitch onto the previous color. And you're going to, you have the back post here. So around this back post of the previous petal, you're going to place your hook through and slip stitch, and you're going to chain and you're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go to the next back post from the previous petal. Place your hook through and slip stitch and work a chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just repeat this around for 8 times. Place your hook through, slip stitch, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go to the next back post, slip stitch, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go to the next back post, slip stitch, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go to the next back post,